400 million miles from Earth exists a mini solar system of over 60 moons rotating around a powerful planet of gas. Its flowing colors and spots hold strange beauty, but contain violent storms and jet streams. Jupiter, the giant planet. Jupiter is 500 million miles from the Sun, a giant sphere of intrigue. This churning ball of gas may look like an artist's rendering, but it's the real thing.
Jupiter has the most exotic weather patterns we've ever seen in the solar system.
Jupiter is 84% hydrogen and almost 14% helium, the two lightest and most abundant elements in the universe, rolled into a mammoth mass.
This thing is 11 times the diameter of Earth, and you could take 1,000 Earths and stuff them inside Jupiter comfortably.
Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, visible to the naked eye. A day is only 9.9 hours long, and it takes 11.86 years to orbit the Sun. A 150-pound person would weigh 350 pounds on Jupiter. There are thunderclouds made of ammonia, sulfur, and water. Exploring Jupiter would be NASA's most daring mission to date. It's a hostile place with temperature extremes from frigid to fiery. Its electromagnetic radiation is intense. It could kill a traveler to the planet in an instant. But just how this behemoth was born is a puzzle.
The formation of Jupiter is the greatest mystery associated with the planet.
Some believe Jupiter may have been a failed star. Like the Sun, it had the right ingredients, hydrogen and helium, but not enough mass to create the internal pressure and temperature necessary to have nuclear fusion. So it became a planet instead.
The thought is that there was this cloud in the galaxy that had the same composition as the Sun. And it collapsed under its own gravity, and some stuff was left behind, and that stuff became the planets. And the majority of that stuff became Jupiter, and the rest of course, went into the Sun, and then there were a couple of little tiny leftovers like Earth.
Jupiter's spinning gases attracted like elements, and over time grew bigger and bigger in the process. Almost like an oyster creating layers around a grain of sand to make a pearl. What gases and solids Jupiter didn't ingest, it spat out into space.
So Jupiter is like your big brother in the schoolyard, protecting you from bullies that might wreak havoc on your existence.
It's grabbing things out of space, and it's also tossing them back out. It ends up keeping those objects from the inner solar system where Earth and Mars and Venus are.
By cleaning some of the debris up, kicking some of it out, shooting some of it into the Sun, where it'd be lost forever, Jupiter cleaned out a path that the other planets could exist in some sort of peace.
So dominant is this Frisbee phenomenon, Earth may owe its very existence to Jupiter.
It influences the courses of comets and even some meteors and asteroids, so that over the eons, the fact that Jupiter is there helps dictate what happens in the inner solar system. So really, the presence of Jupiter may be one reason why we have life on Earth and habitability and be able to have the Earth a nice environment instead of getting pummeled by so many comets.
In 1665, Jupiter's most fascinating feature was discovered. Its giant red eye was actually the eye of an enormous storm, unlike any experienced on Earth. This one has raged for at least 300 years.
This storm is the hugest storm in the solar system. Just to give you a feeling about it, it's about 12,000 miles. And the Earth is only 8,000 miles wide.
And the winds blow quite fast around the edge, but it's calm in the center. It's not like a hurricane, which has an eye and very fast, turbulent winds in the center. The red spot is rather calm. If you were in a balloon, it might be a pleasant ride, as long as you avoided the small-scale stuff like the thunderstorms and the turbulent places. Even though you'd be going very fast, it might be quite calm.
Jupiter's mysteries aren't limited to the planet itself. Some of its most intriguing elements are circling around it.
Jupiter's got several dozen moons that are big enough to be seen. It's probably got a lot more that are too small to be seen with current technology. And no doubt in coming years, more will be discovered.
Some of the moons are almost the size of some planets. So really, Jupiter is its own little solar system.
Thanks to its incredible gravitational pull, it's sucked in asteroids along with other space debris. For the most part, there is order, but there are some erratic moons in orbit around Jupiter.
The first major moon you come to is Io, which is this very active place with lots of volcanoes. It's almost all the time going off.
Ganymede is the largest moon in our solar system, 5 times the size of Earth's moon. Callisto is the most heavily cratered. It has clearly taken a beating in its lifetime. Then there's Europa, the ice queen to Jupiter's king. No one knows its makeup for sure. Surprise came in 1979 when it was discovered that Jupiter has a ring. It's nothing on the order of Saturn's. Still, it's another feature that fascinates.
All of the giant planets have rings, probably left over from when the planets formed. And the moons coagulated out of the gas that was there, and then it could be a failed moon. So Jupiter's ring comes from material being knocked off of one of the interior moons. So it's dust that's collected from material that's coming in from outside moons.
I think the lesson to learn from Jupiter here is whatever's going on in our climate and our weather patterns here on Earth, Jupiter has more of it. But Earth is not an island, and there are better examples of what's going on Earth than even Earth itself.
For scientists, Jupiter is the king of many questions concerning our solar system and could possibly hold the answers.